Hello and welcome. In the next 3 videos I will show you the current updates on the double track works being done from Manggarai to Cikarang station in Indonesia. We start our trip in Bekasi city, which is currently the end of most of the commuter lines running on the Greater Jakarta network. This crossing here is under construction. It now has 6 or 7 tracks to cross. Quite messy, should be a bridge or a tunnel. The station itself is half done almost, so tracks will be diverted within the next few weeks. The first section we have a look at is from Bekasi to Kranji station. Directly outside of the station you can see numerous works going on. Tracks are laid, switches are installed. There's 2 more tracks here to be added, as you can see in the most upper part of the screen. They run parallel and will be used for commuter trains later on, but that part of the switchover will follow later once the station is operational. We are going slowly here as this is a construction site, because commuter trains are operational and intercity trains and freight trains are also running on schedule. It is quite difficult to manage everything properly. That's why the works are split in many small packages, from laying new track, moving one track, laying a second track, moving a track again, add switches, install other equipment. It's done step by step, one track by one track. Once everything is moved to the new track, only then the old tracks can be revamped and put into active use for the intercity and freight trains later on. I'm not going to show every little inch of what's going on here because most of the track is not worked on at the moment. But some parts are, and I don't want to skip those. We are speeding up now, slowly moving towards the first station of the trip, Kranji, and you will see this track will merge with the existing tracks, but there's no switch yet. We have switched to the right side of the train, where you can see the double track has been finished. This is the intercity and freight tracks that you are looking at. They are completed here and they are still fresh. And further down the line you can see that there's still construction works going on, because there's houses next to the track that were only recently bought up and demolished. You can see some open spots as well on the right side of the tracks. That's all what used to be village, and they were in the way. They had to go, unfortunately.
Next station, Kranji.
Our next section is Kranji to Cakung station, where there is still some work being done on the fencing outside. The double tracks here are still fresh as well. People walk around here, have dinners together here. Kids are playing on those tracks. They are not used here, so it's quite dangerous. You see an illegal crossing still that should be closed down. That will eventually happen, but it takes longer than expected, of course. Difficult to force people to go a few kilometers around if they can just cross 2 or 4 tracks. Here you can see more grass appearing. This track has been laid over a year ago, so it's disappearing. It's easy to clean once it needs to be put in operation. I'll skip this a little bit because it's more of the same. In a few seconds you will see that these not used tracks will end up in foliage, and then 2 tracks will split off from the currently active commuter line rail. Those are the active lines of the double track, which do carry intercity and freight trains. Not all of them though. Some of the intercity trains will run on the commuter tracks for the time being, as the new tracks are tested and approved for service. The section between Cakung and Klender Baru stations has been there for the longest. It's operational and there is nothing much to see because no works are being done on this part of the track currently. So I'll skip to the next station for you and we can continue from that station there. While we leave Klender Baru station for Buaran, I would like to ask you to please hit the subscribe button and set the notification bell so you will be notified when I post another video. This section is also in place, not much to see. The works have been completed, tracks are clean, tracks are being used. Outside of some illegal crossings still, there's nothing much to see here as well. What I would like to show you before we arrive at the next station is the old Buaran station, which is located somewhere in between the two current stations. This station was demolished or rebuilt to make an even spread between the stations on this line.
Buaran, watch your step and please mind the platform gap.
After skipping the Buaran to Klender section altogether, we end up in the section from Klender to Jatinegara, where we will also skip the first part to jump to Cipinang, where the depot is currently in operation, and from where multiple tracks are being laid towards the station of Jatinegara to allow for easy access, cleaning and maintenance of intercity trains and its locomotives. You will see new tracks being laid on the right side, inactive tracks in the middle, switches being installed and track being activated. Crews are still working, people are still crossing illegal crossings here, but great progress is made. Slowly we roll into Jatinegara station under a flyover. And just after the flyover, the tracks spread out to multiple new platforms. If I'm not mistaken, there will be 8 platforms here, or 8 tracks, so 4 or 5 platforms altogether. As Jatinegara station is also an intercity station, it used to be way too small for the number of travelers that it got. With about 8 tracks, that will be enough to accommodate intercity trains as well as a lot of commuter trains stopping every few minutes in the near future. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and like and set the notification bell because there will be more videos coming up in this series.